All right, so a scary I Feel Good story for you right now. Commercial-free New Country 99.5 QYK. A 41-year-old woman survived for 6 days in her car after crashing into a deep ditch. Now, it was on the side of the highway, and the ditch was so deep that nobody saw her car go in it. So I don't know if it was at night or what. I don't have all the details on that. But it was out of sight from passing traffic. So her name is Brianna, and she had been missing since last Wednesday. And she was unable to move her legs due to her injuries and couldn't get to her phone to call for help.
Oh, my gosh.
So to survive, she used her sweater to collect water from a nearby creek.
How is that even possible?
I'm guessing to soak up the water in the sweater and then to drain it, squeegee it out or squeeze it out and drink the water that comes out of it.
If that is what she did, she's a genius.
Wow, amazing
thinking. To think about that. Yeah.
So she survived 6 days. And then finally, a worker who was operating on the drainage equipment nearby saw this. His name is Johnny Martinez. He saw this and called first responders. And they came to airlift her out of there. And she now is at Chicago Hospital, where she's still recovering in the ICU. She suffered severe injuries to her legs, ribs, and wrist, and is expected to undergo surgery, but survived.
Wow,
6 days.
6 days in a car in Chicago?
Well, this was in Indiana.
Okay,
they lifted her too.
Still cold.
Still, it's freezing up there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, think about how cold it is right now, especially at nighttime. And, you know, it's not like she's a blanket or something. But
not being able to reach your phone, you need to call for help. And then also thinking, okay, well, how am I going to survive? And then saying, all right, I'm going to soak up water. I'm guessing.
A sweater,
soak up water with my sweater and then wring it out. But luckily Brianna is going to be okay, but still recovering in the ICU. But this for 6 days just surviving on water that she got from a creek.
Oh my gosh.
Thank God she's all right.
Well, I mean, your body just kind of kicks into like that survival mode when those kinds of things happen. And, you know, that's great that she was able to think about doing something like that to save her life. But wow, what a story.
But in a ditch, and you're thinking to yourself, no one can see me down here. That's crazy. I'm glad she's all right, though. That's your I Feel Good story. Before you jump into this, I got a little Carline fun fact of my own. Fun fact, yesterday, someone texted Lana on our text line and said, hey, a confession. I thought your last name was Carline.
What?
And that's why it was a Carline fun fact. So it was like Lana Carline's fun fact.
Yeah. They're like, never made the connection of the car line sitting in, you know, the car waiting, to drop the kids off. And that's why you call it Carline. They literally thought my last name was Carline.
Lana Carline, everybody.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
All right, Lana. What is our Carline fun fact today? That is not her last name.
No.
But it's so funny.
That was great.
All right. What was the first video ever uploaded to YouTube?
Oh, this is...
You're not going to win anything, JR.
I know. I knew this, though. Oh, man. Okay, I don't know.
You have no idea?
No.
It was called Me at the Zoo.
Okay.
Me at the Zoo. And it was uploaded by, of course, one of the co-founders of YouTube. His name was Jawed Karim.
Good buddy of mine, yeah.
Yeah. 19 seconds long. And he's literally standing in front of the elephant exhibit at the zoo. And he's like, well, we're in front of the elephants and they've got really, really long trunks and it's pretty cool. That's like the video. And it's been viewed 351 million times. It's like, what? I mean, you'd think it would be like a cat or something because cat videos were so big.
He probably just was going through his phone like, we got to try a video here.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So let's just try this uploading.
April 23rd, 2005 is when that first video went up on YouTube. So now you know. All right? That might be on a trivia question someday. All right. Did you know Walt Disney, you know, he created the most famous mouse ever. Did you know that he actually had a fear of mice?
Oh, really?
Yes, he had a personal fear of them and did not like them. But yet he went and created the most famous mouse out there.
Yes, he did. By the way, if you watch the old cartoons, like the first ones, he is the voice of Mickey Mouse. Walt Disney is.
There we go.
What are you doing? You're taking over my car line.
No, I wasn't. First of all, Miss Carline.
Yes, thank you.
I'm adding to your car line.
Yeah.
Miss Carline.
And they discouraged him at first, by the way. Some movie studios were like, no one's going to want to see a mouse because it's going to scare people because it's a rodent.
Right.
And so they discouraged him from using a mouse at first as well. So there's another little piece to you.
Look at this.
Mrs. Carline.
Everybody's just like weighing in on the car line.
Yeah.
We're just
love-
adding on.
Hey, by the way, thanks for bringing it up. We
Yeah.
appreciate it.
All right, there you go. There's your car line fun fact.
Okay, all right, so get this story. A woman and her husband are expecting, right?
Okay.
She goes on Reddit and she talks about this and she goes, yeah, we're expecting our first child. We're very excited about it. We've told a few people a name that we kind of like.
Oh, yeah, because a lot of people, you're not supposed to tell the name.
Right, but we haven't finalized anything. One of the people that she told was her mother-in-law. Like, yeah,
Okay.
this is kind of a name we're thinking about,
Okay.
or whatever.
Family's all right.
Still kind of early on in the pregnancy, though. Well, that mother-in-law went and got that name tattooed on her wrist.
Before the baby was born.
The baby has not been born.
Oh, boy.
Now they're thinking like, hey, we didn't finalize that name and we actually are liking another name now that we kind of want to go with. So I'm sorry, but you may have gotten the wrong name tattooed on you. So now the mother-in-law, is ticked off and she's like, well, what am I supposed to do? I got a tattoo of the name. And the husband now is saying like, hey, can we just go back with the name we're kind of talking about that way?
There's no beef.
There's no beef between you and my mom. And she's like, no,
This is my child's
this is
name.
my child's name. I'm not going to go back just because your mom
Got a
prematurely
tattoo.
went and got a tattoo.
Ooh.
So, kind of an interesting situation they're in. And yeah, it's. I would say, listen, lady, you went and got a
Messed up.
tattoo too quick.
Yep.
Get something covered up and see what they can do. Maybe they can turn it into something with a new name on it, or maybe not get a tattoo.
Yeah.
Maybe just get it taken off.
Because it's the parents' decision, and a lot of times parents change the name at the last minute.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens all the time.
Did you do that with your kids? Did you guys have a few names in mind?
We did. We knew pretty much what they were. We didn't tell anybody. So that's
That's the key. Don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anybody.
Not even your mother-in-law.
You don't need input when it comes
That's
to
right.
picking a name for your kid.
Do you think in this situation that the mother, when the mother-in-law got the tattoo, went, you know what? I'm going to change the name in spite of that person, of the mother-in-law, because maybe they didn't get along. Or
You're saying the woman who's pregnant?
Yeah, she was
okay.
like, you know what? I'm not going to use that name now that she's got it tattooed on her body, just to cause friction. Who knows? Because maybe they didn't get along. Maybe she did it on purpose. It's all possible.
That would be really messed up.
Maybe they could use that name for like a middle name or something.
Yeah, that's true. Could use it as a middle name.
But
it's going to be weird that
ultimately,
you have your granddaughter's middle name, her grandson's middle name, then tattooed on your wrist.
I know grandma wants to, have a lot of influence on the baby. And a lot of it's good, so we love that. But when it comes to the baby name, that's got to be mom and dad's decision,
Agreed.
right?
Big time. Yeah, just don't do that. Why would you get a tattoo so quickly? Like, just hold up. I know she was probably doing it like, hey, look, I just want to show you how excited I am. But, maybe get it in henna, a tattoo or something like that.
Something removable.
Or just
So you can take
wait.
that off, or just wait to see what they put down on the birth certificate.
Yeah.
That would be kind of a good thing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, with Parker, I was set on Parker from the get-go.
Yeah.
But Kristen was not, and she had a bunch of different names that she had brought up, and then we just kept voting with me, her, and her girls, and said like, what do you guys think? Like, you guys want to vote on this name, vote on him, and luckily it turned out to be Parker, but yeah. Now I have a huge tattoo on my back. It's a tramp stamp.
Right.
Oh, please, no. Anything but that.
Now it's time for Tampa Bay's Morning Cruise Music Minute on 99.5 QYK.
Willie Nelson's going to celebrate his 92nd birthday on
go.
April 29th. And you know how he's going to celebrate?
I have a few ideas, but
By releasing another album.
okay, that was not what I was going to guess. But okay,
Do you know how many albums he has?
no,
150.
good for him.
I was going to say 75. That's double that.
Yeah.
He has released 150 albums, and he's going to do another one at the age of 92. And then, of course, he's playing all these different festivals. Heck, he was just here like, oh my gosh, dude. I'm like, it's really okay to retire.
Yeah.
150 albums. You've shared your music. You've shared your career. But holy cow, 92.
Good for him.
All right. Moving on, we were talking about this on Monday because Monday marked the 5-year anniversary of COVID. And I said I knew when Kenny Chesney canceled his concert, then it really hit me because, and even Kenny was saying recently, he's like, that decision to cancel the first 11 dates of the Chillaxification tour due to the coronavirus, he couldn't even imagine it. But he said, he kind of reflects on how, I'm a part of families' summer family traditions.
I can't begin to tell you how many times somebody in a meet and greet throughout one of these summers has told us that they have planned their summer vacation trip around seeing our show. And that just blows my mind because they could do anything with their summer vacation.
Well, you are summer, Kenny Chesney.
That's
Yes,
right.
he is.
Come on. That's where we're going to go see you, especially at the Sphere in Las Vegas. That would be a great destination.
Oh, that'd be so fun. Well, if you're heading to San Antonio for the 2025 NCAA March Madness Music Festival, check it out. Jelly Roll, Chris Stapleton,
Nice.
Pitbull, all going to be headlining that musical festival, including Brothers Osborne and a bunch of other people. So you can check that out. Zach Bryan apparently has a new girlfriend.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, he has been posting pictures of an Australian model. Her name is Hannah Duncan, all over Instagram. Apparently, the two have been spending a lot of time together, and there's been a series of events going on in New York City that they've been a part of. So there you are, new Australian model Hannah Duncan. She's doesn't say how. Oh, she's a 25-year-old. So there you go. All right. And Dierks Bentley, we all love his new song called She Hates Me. And he talks about what it's really all about.
She Hates Me is just a really fun song that I wrote with a few friends of mine back here in Nashville. And I think it's a song that everybody can relate to, guys and girls. We've all been in a relationship where, no matter what you do, that person just does not like you. And you can't figure it out. And you have these great plans for what your life might look like together, but they never come to fruition because she just doesn't like you.
Sounds healthy.
Yeah. Don't look for any deep hidden meanings in that. Him and his wife, Cassidy, they're getting ready to celebrate their 20th anniversary in December. And finally, Luke Bryan was talking recently, and can you imagine him singing this song?
Morgan Wallen, Sand in My Boots.
Sand in My Boots, yeah. So, Kevin, you do a really good Luke Bryan impression. Why
No, JR does it better than
Is it
me.
you? Okay. Sing this song in your Luke Bryan voice.
Where's my sand in my boots? So, yeah, I can imagine him singing that song, I guess.
So I'm glad that he passed on that song. It was actually written by Ernest. It comes off the Dangerous album, and Morgan wrote 16 of the 30 songs on that album, but that was one that he did not write. And Hardy wanted Morgan to have it, but apparently some of the people that he wrote it with, they also gave it to Luke Bryan. And
Which is smart.
Yeah, they're like, yeah. He's like, but then he ended up passing on it, and well, obviously a big hit for Morgan.
We said he had too many songs about trucks.
Right, and he's like, I've already got so many songs about trucks, and the fact that it was mentioning the Chevy Silverado in the song, he's like, yeah, I should probably not sing a song about another truck. So that's one of the big reasons why he passed. But can we hear that again?
Oh, yeah, sure. No problem.
No, in the Luke Bryan
your
voice.
version.
I know, but I have to sing over it because All right, here we go. Ready?
Go, Luke.
Where's my sand in my boots?
I mean, that's...
Thank you. It's Luke Bryan. You know it's a bad impression when you have to say who it is at the end.
I'm Luke Bryan.
That wraps up your Music Minute.
All right, thank God.